forget. Okay, it's 4 by hand, but it's part 3 in this one, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, are you recording already?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Felicita Blanco Diaz's sister, and we're reading Saturnastra, Karina. This is lesson 7, part 3. The bite was not part of the script, rather was a reminder for Cimarron to get with the program. In other past skirmishes, Nanua was always the undisputed champion, and since Cimarron was not a fan of losing in public, Nanua gave the youngling this public victory. With this done, the death of the dragon show could continue. The following show was a series of dances dedicated to Erua, the jellyfish goddess of salt water. The dancer was Asura. She was doing her famous jellyfish dance with some of her apprentices. Among them was the bizarre humanoid sponge, Lucier. She had the shape of a person, but no hands or feet. Just pointy little knobs at the end. You know, it's like this. Like a stick figure. A living stick figure.
Okay.
On top of her featureless head, she had 2 antennas with round, clear bubbles. Her back had 4 pairs of wing-like appendages.
What kind of Cthulhian horror is that?
Each with strings with a round pearl at the end of it. To add to the entire aquatic scene, the little fudgy dragons also joined in the show. Since the wars ended, the dragons had a lot of idle time in their hands, and so they had gotten into the arts like the rest of their shell-shock riders and handlers. Let's all do John on this, he said to Karina. I had to take care of some private business. I will be right back. You should have gone before you left, not Karina. You sound just like my mother, said Letoldo, smiling. Karina, in response, gave him a peck on the cheek. Letoldo's blushing, started pushing his way through the crowd of the people complaining. More than once, he nearly fell off the stairs. He came to find a corner and he tried to evacuate. He had just unbuttoned his pants when a deep voice behind him said, "What do you think you're doing?" Turning around, Letoldo saw Mordred in his human form, with silver hair and eyes. Ever since I settled down, Mordred spent his summertime in Veragerung. Mordred said to Letoldo in his usual stoic voice, half joking, half threatening, "Just because the castle is not in use doesn't mean we will allow you to turn it into a dump." "I'm sorry, where is this?" asked Letoldo, feeling rather stupid. Mordred pointed to the right wing where the overgrown smithy was located. After following a carpet of arrows and words that read, "Bathroom this way," Letoldo finally found a place to lay down his burden. The pork comb had not suited him well, and when he found the bathrooms, it was like nothing he had ever seen. They were bright and shiny, and the toilet was made of copper with golden floral patterns. It was indeed a work of art. It's like a beautiful toilet. Eventually, Letoldo's need overcame his admiration, and when he concluded his business, Letoldo noticed that there were no towels, and the water pail for cleaning was nowhere to be found. Dreaded to return, no seashell. Dreading to return with dirty breeches, Letoldo looked about, and he saw that from where he was sitting there was a bathtub with some soap. He filled the tub with water, and he cleaned himself in full before getting dressed again. To dry himself, he used his overcoat. After squeezing it like a mop, he felt that his coat was dry enough to hold near his person. After half an hour, he returned to see Karina. Karina had a funny look on her face. Grinning, she asked, "What took you so long?" "Oh, nothing. There was a line to enter the bathroom," said Letoldo, excusing himself. "I am surprised. The smithy has about 74 bathrooms," said Karina. "Well, there was a line, and about 30 people per bathroom stall," continued Letoldo. "So what you're saying is that there was 2,100 people going to the bathroom at this very moment," said Karina, insisting on the matter. "I did say there was 4, right? 10?
10 minutes.
"I don't want to talk about it," said Letoldo. "Why?" asked Karina with a pouty face. "Because it's private," said Letoldo. "There's no need to be embarrassed at something that every living creature does," said Karina. "Yes, it is something normal, but I don't feel right. talking about my stool with you. Stool. Poop. Yo se van a talk. Bueno, Teletubbies. Mine comes out in the form of bunny pellets, said Karina, poking Letoldo's wrist with her index finger. Mine is bunny pellets. Stop acting like a child, said Letoldos, laughing. The announcers continued to the end of the show. Overall, the dragon show lasted 2 hours, and after the dance there was more acrobatic flying of the dragons to show their maneuverability. There was also the dragon riders performing stunts on their mounts. Following Mildred and some of the other dragons showed to the crowd that they could turn from human to dragon and vice versa. Lastly, they did a bit of a documentary skit teaching the visitors about each of the dragons. Since this was the last part of the show, the children were allowed to come closer and pet the dragons and handle the little dragonets. The true aim of the show was to dispel the public's fear of dragons. Dragons were not weapons of subjugation, but very powerful living creatures with thoughts and feelings and emotions. At least that was Marduke's working theory, and based on the memory fragments collected from those who attended, Marduke's approval rating had improved, as well as the fear of the man. As for Letoldos and Karina, they were getting along rather nicely. Both had polite conversations. Their current topic was unicorns. Karina was explaining to Letoldos why unicorns could not breed with horses.
Why can they, though?
Yeah, a unicorn cannot mate with a horse. Despite looking like mammals, the unicorns were cold-blooded animals and they laid eggs.
What?
They have more in common with discus fishes. While discussing the discus fishes, Karina suddenly turned serious, as if all the joy had been sucked right out of her. She said to the Letoldos, "You know, it is getting late. You should go home or come to my home. You could stay in mine. Mom wouldn't mind," said Letoldos. "If you say so, but your cousins will mind, and your father has returned already," said Karina. Was it the little bird who told you? Asked Letoldos. No, I think it was a banshee. She hates your father, so I hear him barking with that particularly high-pitched bark he does whenever your dad is nearby," said Karina. It's a dog that's called Banshee, so everyone can hear it like barking whenever it's like pissed. Time?
7 minutes.
A little dog comes by. You hear it throughout the night? Your father came home because the dog is barking. Because the dog that hates him is barking, so that's why you can tell when he's old. Because the dog hates you. Time?
7 minutes.
"Why does he say my father?" asked Letoldo. By now they were walking home. "From what I heard, your dad was one-time doggy sitting. He tried to put a collar on the dog to make it walk, but Banshee did not approve of it. And ever since then, the little chihuahua has been holding a grudge," explained Karina. "That was like 7 years ago," said Letoldo. "What can I say? Dogs live in the moment, but chihuahuas hate you forever," said Karina. When they arrived at the entrance of Letoldo's house, there was a huge structure on top of the cart. The structure was round, and on the inside there were carts and wooden horses. Letoldo asked the person in question, "What is that?" "Seems like a carousel," said Karina. She added more to her cell. "When did you get that approved?" "You will have to forget the mess, but father is known for impulsive buys. They rarely occur, but when they do, he always buys something insane," explained Letoldo. "I don't consider it crazy. Once it is up and running, it is going to be a major thing," said Karina. "You guys might be able to open an amusement park or something." "An amusement park?" asked Letoldo. "It is what it sounds like," said Karina. She added fun. Still don't get it. It's a park where you go have fun. "Oh, like those recreational parks with the sliders and the ladders and the swings," asked Letoldo. "More or less, but with bigger stuff to interact with," said Karina. "I say yes, why not? There are a lot of kids lately, and most of them had not even started school. Father says that if these kids are the soldiers will quadruple the population." The soldiers spawns, like the soldiers, since they're not fighting, they're multiplying. Said Letoldo. "It is a fun way to spend the time. I don't see anything wrong with population growth," said Karina. "What if we run out of resources or something?" asked Letoldo. "Every day there are new advancements in agriculture and architecture. With both things progressing, we can feed everyone and house everyone. And the meat, well, we can make buildings dedicated to fish farms or something. So you see, instead of looking at problem and whining about it, you should be solution-oriented. And the solution should not involve turning people into food or killing newborns. Leonardo frowned at what Karina had said. To end the conversation, he said, well, I should be headed inside. See you in the class tomorrow. See ya, said Karina, kissing him on the cheek. Leonardo made a turn to try to get the kiss in his mouth, but Karina turned his head, like she wanted to kiss him on the cheek, and they were, no, you're not getting a mouth kiss. This annoyed him a little, but he took the show of affection without any complaint. As soon as he entered the house, he found his entire family and some of the poor merchants assembled. They were there, along with Leonardo's father, to start their interrogation. The following day came, and with another life lesson from Karina, she found all her dear pupils assembled at the last floor of the library. There was also a couple of new faces here and there, but none that would become recurring characters, or even interesting ones. The first was a girl named Regina. She had been staying temporarily in Veragerung with her family, who came with a traveling merchant band, and she was dressed like a little doll with pink dress, bonnet, and black shoes. The other fellow was a lad named Quentin, and his brother Severin, Dulce, Asari, and Martisor. They had brought the title of Martisor recently, and they even had a plaque and a shield handcrafted, and a design to make it official. Like you could buy titles, like how like you could buy your way into nobility. It was enough money. The graves from the mountains gave them out whenever they had contact with petit nobles visiting and looking for a way and the title did not provide any actual power, just the entrance to the castle to speak with the sage king of Dogai. Still, being able to enter palaces and mingle with high nobility was something that most people in the kingdom aspired to do, as if it would bring in some sort of benefit. As with most things, as of lately, the nobles and merchants had grown reserved, and now they only dealt with familiar faces. Time?
2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Marduke had not said much of the nobility and title, for his skill and purchasing power was the only thing that mattered. The time that Marduke spent in the castle as a little lord in his youth was enough to bore him to tears. And indeed, the little Lord Marduke did cry often out of boredom. This was part of the reason why he had moved to a seemingly smaller apartment instead of inhabiting the castle of Bersamin. Like, he had a lot of bad memories associated with the castle, of being bored to tears with, like, decorum and, like, uptight ways. Time, bro?
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Let's just leave it here. Bye-bye and God bless.